The Bifili Sosteni manuscript is so fascinating to me. How can a single object hold so much history waiting to be unlocked? You know, the convent story is inextricably twined with the music in the book, but once you start looking at the people, the book just starts to come alive. For centuries now, San Matteo has been most famous as the place where Galileo's daughter, Suor Maria Celeste, was a nun. And the letters to her father paint an intimate picture of how difficult life was at such a modest institution. There's disease and hunger and a constant frustration of literal enclosure, incarceration, but also tiny chinks of joy once she's given the task of organising the choir. It's remarkable enough that the only surviving manuscript of polyphony for 16th century nuns comes from the same place that Suor Maria Celeste lived. But there's more that links her to the book than just coincidence. There's a family link too. Suor Agnoletta Bifili, the nun whose name is on the front binding, entered the convent in 1548. When her sister Caterina entered in 1549, we learn that their father was Francesco de Giovan Battista Bifili, a merchant from the Santa Croce quarter of Florence. That same year, Francesco had another daughter, Gemma. Gemma was not destined to end her days in a convent. She married a nobleman from Prato, Geri Bocchineri, and had a son, Carlo, in 1569. She next surfaces as a widow in 1579, when her brothers seek permission for her to enter the convent of the Annalena, but instead she marries Ascanio Rasi, a noble widower from Arezzo. When they married, Ascanio had a teenage son, Francesco, who was a musician at the Medici court, and later at the Gonzaga court in Mantua. He was friends with Galileo Galilei and Monteverdi's original Orfeo in the first performance in 1607, the OG operatic tenor. He was also a dirtbag who, in 1609, tried to elope with the wife of Gemma's steward, murdering the steward and attempting to murder Gemma. He was sentenced to be hanged, drawn and quartered, but instead he escaped to Mantua and he lived there until Gemma's death. When he returned to Tuscany, there was this kind of weird reconciliation between the Bifili and the Rasi, and he marries Gemma's granddaughter Alessandra and dies mysteriously 2 months later. In 1628, Alessandra's sister Cecilia married Galileo's son and Suor Maria Celeste's brother Vincenzo and had 3 sons. These boys were both Suor Agnoletta Bifili's great-nephews and Suor Maria Celeste's nephews. And I can't help but think that Suor Maria Celeste, as canny as she was about everyone in the convent's family business, knew all about it. That's our history lesson for today. Please don't forget we have a crowdfunder and the links for that will be in the comments or in the bio. Thanks so much.